Hello everyone. So today we are going to see how to share an object from S3 bucket with someone else securely with the concept of pre-sign. And we will do that from terminal. So let me give you a scenario. Let's say we have an S3 bucket and we have a bunch of objects into that bucket, but all of the objects within that bucket are private. All right. So sometimes we want those objects to be shareable with specific persons for certain amount of time, and that can be done with the help of pre-sign. All right, so without further ado, let's start. So first of all, I will create a bucket from here, and then I give a name. Let's say I'm giving a name called my bucket, and then to make sure it's unique, I can give a random number here. The region I chose is US East 1. I will leave everything as it is. I will not allow any kind of public access to this bucket and any other objects within this bucket. So I leave public access blocked. All right, so I leave everything as it is. Then I will create a bucket that looks good. And then what I'm going to do, I will upload an object into this bucket. So I will go to that bucket and then I will click on upload and then add files. Then I will choose an image from my laptop. So I will choose this one. All right. So then I will press upload. All right. So object has been uploaded. But the problem is if I try to access that object from internet, I will not be able to get the image. I will get some kind of access denied thing because I uploaded the object into a private bucket, and those objects within that bucket cannot be accessible from outside. So sometimes it might need it that we need to give some temporary access to those objects for short amount of time. And that can be done with the help of the concept called pre-sign. All right. So what we're going to do, I will go back to my terminal. So what I'm going to do, I will type AWS followed by S3, then I will type pre-sign. This is the main command to do that job. I can get the object URI. So I will copy this one and I will paste it here. And then I will also specify for how long I want this object to be accessible. And that can be done with a flag called expires in. And you have to specify a number in seconds. So let's say we want this object to be accessible for 7 days. So I can represent 7 days in seconds, which will be 604,800. So this is in seconds, which will represent 7 days. That's it. That's what I want. And I will press enter. All right. And shortly, you will receive a very long URL. So I will copy this one and then I can go back to my browser where I can paste it. And if I press enter, I can see the image that has been uploaded into S3 bucket. So I have that access for a short amount of time. In this case, it's for 7 days. And after 7 days, whoever has this link, he will lose the access. So that's how we can use pre-sign to give temporary access to people whoever need this. And we can keep all of our objects private. So that's why we can give some temporary access to some objects to someone who doesn't belong to our organizations. And that's all I want to tell you. But before I finish that video, I would also like to tell you that if you don't like AWS CLI, then you can do the pre-sign thing from AWS Management Console as well. So I will go back to my Management Console. So this was the object that I want pre-sign URL to be generated. So I will be here, and from here there's something called object actions, and then there's something called share with pre-sign URL. So I will just press here, and you can specify for how long you want the object to be accessible. Let's say it's 7 days. Then I can create the pre-sign URL. All right. So I will press here, and shortly you will receive a URL, and you can get the pre-sign URL if we click on that copy pre-sign URL. So I do that, and I have that URL copied in my clipboard. So again, I will go back to my another tab and I will paste it here. And if I press enter, I will get the image back. All right. So that's how you can generate the present URL either from AWS CLI or from Management Console, however you like. All right. So that's all. Thank you.